Hi everyone, this is audap, and we are going to play R-Type Final. This game was released on the PlayStation 2. It is the last game in the classic R-Type shoot 'em up series. But if you're going to make the very last game, then this is the one. This version of R-Type features a large number of unlockable ships, plus levels which have environmental changes as you play. Ships range from very, very classic ships from the past series to all new ships which feature new kinds of power-ups and all new levels. This game was released under the Fresh Games label from eidos, back when there was such a thing. Unfortunately, poor sales of the R-Type series led to this final game, and even the final game I don't believe sold very many copies, which is rather unfortunate. If you do want to play games in this series, then on the PlayStation Network you can purchase R-Type Complete, R-Type Delta, or R-Type Dimensions, which includes R-Type 1 and 2 that has remixed backgrounds that are modeled in 3D, plus the original backgrounds. If you have an Xbox 360, you can purchase R-Type Dimensions, which is the exact same game that is on the PlayStation Network. And actually, the Xbox 360 version came out prior to the PlayStation Network version of R-Type Dimensions. This is a game that you will play for a very, very long time. It takes quite a while to unlock all these ships. So it's a really great value, if you can find it. I really don't like to cover rare games. I like to usually cover things that people can obtain easily, but Sony has announced that PlayStation 2 games are going to be available with a special emulation program. So they'll offer individual titles for sale. They should be available on PlayStation Store right now, actually. So I think this is one of the games that we should see on it, or at least we should rally for somebody to release it on there. Not sure what the copyrights are on these, since eidos is no longer functioning, and I'm sure the rights to this are probably in legal hell. But anyway, let's play it. Let's start with a good old R9. Now, if we look, we can make quite a few changes to it. Later on, we can, as we unlock things, we can unlock different kinds of bombs from different parts of the series and from ones that were created specifically for this game. But we'll leave it as it is in its original classic form. Now, there are multiple levels of difficulty. Difficulties will change some of the enemy patterns. Let's play the kids level. Well, actually, the baby level, I don't know how much different that is. But let's just find out. There's no way I'm going to be playing R-Type anytime soon. And the human level is actually pretty difficult. I think it's difficult for most people, really. I'm a little baby anyway. Just ask my ex-girlfriends. Basking in the summer sun, I greeted the seabirds. But then, I entered the demon's den. From ship's archives. So in R-Type, you can hold your button down, your fire button down, and charge up a beam. That's more powerful than your standard beam if you just hit the if you just tap rapidly on the button. You can also earn the aforementioned bits, which circle the ship, add firepower, and also absorb some bullet damage. You can also fire your bit out ahead of you or behind you, depending on the situation. One may be more advantageous than the other. As you can see, holding your button down for an extended period of time increases the firepower further of your charge shot. If you hold it down for too long, oh, well, I guess in baby mode it doesn't matter, but if you hold it down for too long, then you completely lose the power and you have to charge up again. Use the blue laser, it seems to be the best overall. Again, as you play this game, then the stages themselves change significantly, and so do the boss patterns. R-Type builds itself as a strategic shooter, which is pretty accurate. You'll have to know when and where to place your bit to maximize its firepower and protect yourself. The engineers at IREM were very, very conscious of how their game performed. So entries in the series would actually have moments where the action would slow down quite on purpose. Various remix editions of these games over the past few years have allowed you the option to turn off the slowdown. But I never suggest you do that. The games are hard enough as they are. And without that little bit of extra slowdown to help you manage your firepower and dodge enemy bullets, it can be quite tough. Ugh. Oh, that's right. Baby mode, you also don't lose your power-up levels. So you don't have to re-collect your power-ups all the way from scratch. And the normal level, of course, you'll start off with pretty much just your pea shooter. And maybe the first level of a bit. Which is how it was originally in the original 2 games in the arcades. Alright, so we've already earned 2 new ships. These aren't cosmetic changes, so these ships actually will change how they behave. The genetic structure of the strange life form known as Beta remains a mystery. The fact that their DNA has the same... Oh, wow. Got a late start there, sorry. Again, the enemies are quite a bit easier in baby mode, obviously. That guy actually is very hard to kill normally. In fact, you'll have to take more than 1 charge shot to really get rid of him. I know. I'll increase the difficulty as we play along. And you can see for yourselves. Since I know you don't believe me. Even though I'd never lie to you. Well, yeah. I mean, unless I thought it was funny, or... I thought it was... I'd gain some advantage in some way, but other than that, I would never do that. I mean, probably. You have to change your speed too. So in this series, or this game, you can actually change your speed of your ship on the fly, which was something that you couldn't do before. Before you had to collect power-ups to change your speed, or to increase your speed. And then once you were set at a speed, you were stuck on that speed for the rest of your life. Your ship's life, not the rest of your personal life. That would be kind of weird. You can already see I've done really well. I couldn't even get past the first boss. That was the first boss, by the way. So let's take a look at the other ships that we have unlocked. And as we play with new ships, we will earn additional ships based on the ships that we play with. And that encourages you to play with the more exotic ships that come out as you progress through the game. Let's put this one here for quick access. Just earn this one too. Alright, so let's play with our new ship. We'll just leave it with its default. default bits and colors and missiles. This game is available physically once again, so you'll have to find a physical copy if you want to play it, and you'll have to make sure you have either an original PlayStation 2 or a backwards compatible PlayStation 3, either the hardware version, which was the initial run of PlayStation 3, or the software one, which came out during the Metal Gear Solid pack-ins. But not all of the Metal Gear Solid pack-ins, so you have to do your research on which one is actually backward compatible with PlayStation 2 games. As you can see, our superpower charge is acts a little bit differently than the other ship that we had. This is a lot closer to the ship from the second game. Could not get that thing behind me. That's still pretty cool looking for a PlayStation 2 game, huh? He's a little tough to fight in the kids mode. And if you're not a moron like me, then you might even live to see past him. I should mention there's a dose gauge back here. If you use your bit to destroy enemies, that gauge will fill up and allow your bit to have an extra additional attack. So see, I threw it at the boss, or the mini-boss, and the gauge went up. You can throw it at regular enemies too, and that will increase the dose gauge. The genetic structure of the strange life form known as Beto remains a mystery. The fact that their DNA has the same double helix structure as ours, however, has been demonstrated. So we're fighting some biomechanical enemies in an ongoing, long and desperate war for mankind. And that's basically the plot of most games that were made in the 80s and 90s. Especially games like this, the shooter genre. Before shooter was associated with only first-person shooters. They were more associated with spaceship shooters like this. Pretty cool, right? You just dip right into the water. Oh. So we didn't earn any ships with that one, but let's take a look at the other ship that we earned and see if we can unlock something. Of course, you'll unlock something if you get farther in the game too, which may never happen for me. Now at the human level, we have evolved from our baby status. But that doesn't mean I won't cry or soil myself. No guarantees. And see, this time our charge shot is local, but still pretty powerful. Even the color power-ups are now behaving differently. Ugh. Right at the last minute. You see the boss was actually so difficult that I couldn't even beat it in time. Although this ship is a little bit hard to use for that particular battle. Well, you'll need to play with the ship in order to unlock new stuff. So it really forces you to change your behavior the way you play the game. There is a mode here which allows you to fight with AI battles, and you'll pit the ships that you have earned and have them fight each other. And again, you can change strategies on how they fight. Obviously, the more ships I earn, then the more of these I will have to pit against each other. So let's take that ship that we just had. Again, it's an AI battle, so it's really a battle of statistics. Alright. My ship won in the battle, even though I wasn't very good at it in the regular game. And you can earn ships that way too. Different ships though. Alright, let's play with this one. Well, yeah, let's see if we can progress. I can at least show you some levels beyond level, 1. I see one of the key differences in the baby mode is that you actually start with a bit attached to your ship. Kind of interesting variation. Okay, maybe I can't show you any other levels. Anyway, you also have a museum and encyclopedia which shows you enemies you've destroyed and places you've been. So it kind of fleshes out the lore of the games. As you see here, I just started here, but I haven't put my save in. That might be a little bit difficult. I'm not sure how I'm going to get it imported. I unlocked quite a few ships out of this game, and I think I played somewhere around 25 hours, and I still haven't unlocked everything. So again, it's a very, very meaty game. It's well worth picking up if you can find it. And obviously, it'll give you a challenge. I don't think you'll be able to sit through it in an afternoon and get everything, certainly. You might be able to get to the very end, though, if you're persistent and use your continues, which I won't. As you can see, you can earn up to 99 ships, and actually it's more than 99. It just teases you into thinking that it's only 99. Once again, this is audap is free. You have been watching R-Type Final. This is on the PlayStation 2, although I'm using my backwards compatible PlayStation 3 to play it. It might be a little hard to find. There's not very many print copies out there, but it's well worth the trouble if you want to play it, and if you have the ability to play it. Hope you enjoyed watching. I will return to this once I've unlocked some more stuff, so we can go through all the way from beginning to end and take a look at the arcade mode.